The MRC of Kamto has been at the center of so many attention, and the first vice president spoke. As a militant Syrian, what are we expected to follow in this extra of Mutar's interview on Equinox?
Thank you, Ruth. As a concerned citizen, I am so happy that you took interest on this interview. You know, the Cameroon Wahala page was created in order to share with the Anglophone faction the information that are actually going on in the Francophone subsystem, because we discovered that the Anglophone section is always left back, either because of language barrier. So Motar's interview is tackling some key questions that are generally manipulated intentionally by some Anglophone elites, because they have some bias about the Maurice Kamto party. But the truth is that during the two last elections, Kamto's party has emerged as one of the most sincere parties. In 2018, they led the poll. In 2025, they actually were the strongest force that mobilized to give Chiroma an iconic victory. For that reason, I think if you are here, it's not a mistake. That said, Motar was talking about the current divide that is rocking the MRC. The regime in place, having lost election last 12 October 2025, has mounted a cyber truck of hate speakers who on daily basis project their fear on MRC, following Maurice Kamto then at the helm of MRC, having resigned from the party to go to present his candidature with money then. And since then, they are kind of manipulating national and international opinion in order to reduce the chances of MRC to continue to be a strong political force that will stay fast at the moment when so many other political parties have become transactional parties, selling Cameroonian consciences for some particular interests or places reserved by the regime. So I urge you to follow keenly the intervention of Mamadou Mutar, as Jonathan Babila, with his long-serving experience as a journalist in the French-speaking media, coins question in the light of the mind of Anglophones in Cameroon to seek out things that are not commonly said and that you will hear nowhere from Mamadou Mutar's mouth. On question of dismissal, resignation, internal crisis, Kamto legitimacy, and upcoming election, you will have all the answers you were looking for in this edition. Follow through to the end.
Bonsoir, good evening, dear viewers. Thank you for joining us in this edition of La Verite en Face. Thank you for joining us in our current affairs program, where we analyze key social, economic, security, and of course other issues concerning national life, the life of the Republic of Cameroon, of course Africa, and the globe. And in today's edition of the program, we are taking a closer look at financial resource mobilization and the Cameroon government strategy for financing major national projects, why some projects are abandoned, and we are also discussing the country's most pressing priorities and examining the outcome of the import substitution policy of government, a driver of economic growth and self-reliance. And in the second part of the party, we are taking you into the internal affairs of the Cameroon Renaissance Movement, the CRM political party. We are looking at the situation of members of the party detained and who are now referred to as political prisoners. We are looking at the state of the party as we speak, issues concerning the 2025 presidential election, the Issa Chiruma Bakari affair, and impact on party discipline. And of course, we are looking at the return of Professor Maurice Kamto at the leadership of the party and the conversations this has generated. And our guest tonight is Mamadou Mutar. He's the first vice president of the Cameroon Renaissance Movement. Mr. President, welcome to the program.
Thank you, Mr. Babila. Good evening, and good evening also to our followers.
How was your journey from the northern parts of the country down south?
Not easy, you know. The trip is like the way that lead to Golgotha. So leaving the Fano to Douala is 4 days on the road, and you can imagine the difficulty we can face between Garoua and Gaoundéré is hell. So
The state of the roads are bad.
very bad, very bad. Is why I say is like carrying Jesus to Golgotha. So it's not easy. If a pregnant woman take that road, I think she will give birth on the road.
What about flights? No assurance?
We have one or two plans. So there is no flight that can take all people from Douala or Yaoundé to Gaoundéré, Garoua, and Marwa. So there are no sufficient flights. So we have to choose between the train or another bus. So you cannot have luxurious bus because there are many people going to holidays and others are coming now from Makkah. So the issue is very, very perceptible. So it's difficult.
Right, those are some of the issues that we'll be looking at in this edition of the program, and notably how your political party, the Cameroon Renaissance Movement, is looking forward to solve some of these problems when you eventually come to power, maybe in 2032.
Yeah, it is not a fatality. The problem is a mismanagement leading by this government, because the aim of this regime now is to survive, not to build infrastructure that are helpful for the population. So they are looking for their survival. You can see by what is happening now, when somebody, a given citizen, can choose a responsibility to go to the television and say there is somebody that has been chosen as a vice president. You can assess the fall down of the republic. We are not more in a republic. There is no, we are not in a country. The country has collapsed, or what we can design as a regime is down, because we don't know where is the north, where is the south, and it's like a driver who has lost the direction of the road.
That's quite disturbing.
Humain qui produit la richesse.
You're going to tell us more, Mr.
Humain
President.
qui produit la richesse.
You're going to tell us more about that, but as we go forward, I think there is something very crucial which you said earlier, and if things are actually done that way in Cameroon, no matter the priorities that you're talking about, no matter the strategies, it is evident that there will be no change, no impact, no trickle-down effects on the lives of Cameroonians. You said, au Cameroun, on investit pour faire plaisir au caprice du prince. I presume the prince there is the president of the republic. What are the facts that you have to back up this point of view, that in Cameroon we don't invest according to priority, we don't invest according to the needs of the people, but we invest to satisfy somebody, to satisfy the head of state? How can you back up this argument when authorities are saying every day we are investing in dams to provide electricity to Cameroonians, we are investing in construction of roads to facilitate the movement of persons and goods, we are investing in this and that to meet the needs of Cameroonians, to drive the industrialization move, and you are saying that they're investing, government is investing to satisfy the president of the republic? How can a country be functioning in this way?
Yeah, you know, everything is Cameroon. Where that thing is done, they say is the gift of the head of state. So they are doing everything to satisfy the desire of the head of state. I don't know if he's the one who is giving them the way to communicate. But the first example I will take is, see that computers they gave to students. You cannot use 75 billions of CFA to buy. How can I? It's like a puppet, not a computer.
Toys.
Toys, yeah. Let us toys to give to students. Today, if we have to evaluate that project, we will see more than 18% of that computer are out of use because somebody has choose to go to China to embezzle our money, and back he got bribes. Because if you take say 15 billion CFA, you can set a company here that can give to our students not only job but also the computer that minister went to China and buy for us. Is not a gift. They go to bank and rent money. You know, if it's a country, it could be negotiation, and the country will say, okay, we will give you that rent as a gift. They can annulate it, they can cancel. But if it's banks are looking for benefit. They cannot rent the money, and they will refuse to wait for you call it trickle down effect. In bank is the way. You cannot invest money where there will not be return on investment. So they are waiting for return on investment, and see what they did. They has lost a lot of money that can save a given sector that could be our priority on a national scale. But them, they choose because they know they will give to Chinese people maybe 50 billion, and behind they will maintain another. And when that things occur, you know, they choose lecturers to justify that nonsense. So we are facing a regime that are looking for his survival, not looking for...
That's just one project, Mr. President. That is one project. Now, if we go to the energy sector, for example, are you saying that the investment in the construction of dams to supply electric energy to homes, to industries, to factories, and so on, is a misplaced priority?
There will not be development without energy. The problem I want to highlight is they take money, they go to construct a dam. When they construct the dam, 5 years later, the dam is not operational because they say they will not be set the system that will carry energy from the place the energy is produced toward the cities and other industry. How can we plan a project without looking all the borders of the project and how the project, the mechanism of the project will be implemented?
There is, for example, the Lagdo Dam that is not functioning because water has gone down, and that has led to the shutting down of a cement factory.
Exactly. It's a shame for a country to go forward as if there is no somebody that will give direction. Is the symptoms of mismanagement. It means there is no true leadership in Cameroon. Everybody is doing what he can do without giving a feedback to the boss who is waiting for it. And today the population is no more the boss in Cameroon, because there are people that have chosen themselves as leaders, as a boss, as the chief of the company that is Cameroon.
But those same people, everything they do, they say it is on high instruction of the President of the Republic.
Unfortunately, it's the same thing. It's the same, the two faces of the same coins. So let us don't lose the objective.
The CPDM is a party. It's an association.
It's the same thing. I think it's the same faces of both faces of the same coin. So if you take a coin, the side with the head of horns and other, I don't know if it's numbers, it's the same thing. It's like CPDM and the government. There is no difference. The government is the corporation or the hands that will implement the politic of CPDM. So I cannot take a bricklayer and when the house is collapsed, I will say it's another person.
Dans le ventre mou,
The fact that import of cereal, for example, has reduced by over 14.1%, has served no purpose because of the circumstances, the present conditions of local production, with the problem of access farm to market roads, with the problem of production costs and all of that.
Yeah, the main problem is that our production, national production of cereals are very, very low. For example, for maize or rice, we are producing around 114,000 tons, while our consumption is ×4. So what is the reason? The rice can be produced everywhere in Cameroon. You see, they are producing rice in Yagua, means in a region that the rainfall is not high. So if you take the Sanaga, is 918 kilometers. Along that river, you cannot find 100 hectares of rice. It's shameful. You take Benue, the river Benue, going to Nigeria. Along that river, there is no irrigation for rice. So potentialities are there, but the main problem is the willingness of the government. They have chosen their sector that they want to invest, but is not their choice is not the same that meet the issue the population is facing daily.
The needs on ground.
Yeah, it's not the same. So they have their priorities. The population has his own needs, and that are not matching together.
Alors,
Cameroon Renaissance Movement, the presence of its militants in detention, especially the leaders, people like Alain Fougué, Bibou Nissak, who were very vibrant arms or members of the party. What is it costing the party financial-wise and even in terms of political power?
You know, as concerned finance, I will be give me the opportunity to be hypocrite. I will not tell anything, but it's not 10,000. It's much, and they know it's the reason why they are maintaining our people in jail for a long time. If everyone must eat a half kilogram of rice a day, multiply it times 30, you will imagine what you can lost in 1 month. And if you take fish or vegetable or meat or another diet we are using to eat in Cameroon, if you assess it just for 500, it's not 100 francs.
et cela coûtait beaucoup d'argent.
Exactement, c'est beaucoup d'argent.
Mais comment vous trouvez les moyens pour le faire?
Ça, c'est la force du MRC. Et cette force, c'est celle qui caractérise notre résilience. Nous sommes armés pour que le combat, quelle que soit sa durée, puisse être maintenu avec la même intensité. Nous ne sommes pas venus pour une balade. On sait, quand on s'engageait en politique, qu'on n'allait pas en colonie de vacances. On va encaisser les coups, mais nous avons l'épaule et le dos assez suffisamment garni de muscles pour pouvoir recevoir et encaisser.
You're equipped for the fight, but what are you doing? That is the question, because are you working on the ground? Some Cameroonians would have loved to see, if at all, what you're saying is what it should be, that these persons are detained for political reasons. That's why you're referring to them as political prisoners. In other words, there is no legal ground for them to be there, though they have been charged, they have been condemned, they have been found guilty by the competent judicial authorities. But you are saying that all of that is a violation of their rights, a violation of the rule of law. Other Cameroonians would have expected to see the CRM hitting the street, mounting pressure for these people to be released, not just saying that we are working and then what you're doing is not seen. Maybe you're working on the ground.
Monsieur Duval, nous, Babila, nous sommes un parti politique camerounais. Nous travaillons avec des Camerounais. Nous n'irons pas en Centrafrique ou au Nigeria pour chercher des Camerounais qui vont militer et qui vont rallier notre cause. Donc, il appartient au peuple camerounais de comprendre où se trouve son destin et de faire chemin avec ceux qui ont décidé de se battre pour son destin. So our struggle is not only under the table. We are on the ground and every Cameroonian can see what we are doing. Is factual, is not a design hidden somewhere. No, we are working and we are working hard. When we have to tell to Cameroonians to do something, we are assessing after the back feed and to see if the direction we gave is really have been really taken by the population. So you know, we are not navigating, as we say in French, we are not navigating without a direction. We have a direction and we are focused.
Are there some negotiations for their release?
We will not negotiate with this regime. No matter what will happen, there will not be negotiation. It's clear.
Right, let's come back to the CRM political party. Explain to us the legal framework guaranteeing the return of Professor Maurice Kamto within the ambit of the internal rules and regulations of the CRM party.
Let me tell you, there is no ambiguity. Our rules and status of our political party were fully respected. I am the one who called for the National Congress, and during that Congress the administration has chosen the option to ban our Congress, and we hold it online. We are in 21st century. We have to move. We will not accept to stay like what this regime wants us to be. They don't have the power to teach us what we have to do with our party.
A Congress online,
yeah.
Is it in agreement or in line with the internal rules and regulations of the party?
Let me tell you, yes, without any doubt. It's written black on white in our status. Everybody can see it. And when we did it, we sent all the documents to the administration. They asked us some questions and we gave them a response. So today there is no any hindrance or any fences that can hide the site. If somebody want to see that the position of Maurice Kamto in CRM is not illegal, is fully legal.
So why were some members of the party who are now former members opposed to that?
Who are there? I don't know. I don't know. Who are there? Where are they? Because if somebody want to know if it's true or not, if the status were respected or no, there are in our political party some instance where you can complain and you will be given the answer you need. So people are disagreeing. I don't know if they are CRM members or not, but I have not been touched by somebody who want to discuss about this issue. And even with our secretary, no, there is no somebody who has written something to complain about it. And if somebody is a member or a follower of a given political party, when there is some problem or some issue he wants answer about it, he must write and send to that political party. If you have somebody who can justify by showing you one document that he has written to CRM that this Professor Maurice Kamto has come on the bad way in CRM, they have to tell us. They don't have.
What was the urgency bringing him back to the leadership of the party shortly after what happened with the presidential election, with his candidacy that was rejected and he was kicked out of the competition?
We need, it's not an urgency, it's a matter of leadership. We were in a time of trouble, and when the weather is not good, you need a good captain, and is the reason why.
Are you not a good captain?
I am not the one who will answer to that.
You were the interim of the party at that time.
I am not the one who will answer to this question, but the members of CMM are the one who could answer rightly, because maybe my answer will be subjective, I don't know, but I know how to manage a team. I know how to manage political party. It's not the first time I'm holding the head of CRM as the second president. So I'm used to that exercise. It's not the first time. In 2018, when the professor president was arrested, I was the one who lead the party. So if they ask me my resume to a position of a president, I think my resume will be accepted. So in terms of experience, I have the experience, so there is nothing to worry about. But we need the leadership of Maurice Kamto at that moment. I am the one who told him, President, I think you must come, because even me, I was not in the country, I was abroad. And it will not be easy for us that we are not together, even if we have our directorate that can lead the daily functioning of our party. We need the leadership of somebody like Maurice Kamto in the time of well, people are hesitating, they don't know if he will come back or not. It's not a matter of urgency, it's a matter of strategy and management. Maurice Kamto is our bridge. He's the anchor of CRM in the time of trouble, or when we are in a troubled sea. So we are the one who knows what is good for our party, and people cannot just see it with the side long aside and try to say if it's good or not.
From afar.
Yeah, from afar, and say it's good or not. No, we are the one who know what is good for us.
And it's Professor Maurice Kamto who is good for the party at this moment.
You tell everything.
All right. At what time did you update? At what time did you update the internal rules and regulations of the CRM to create the legal environment for Professor Maurice Kamto's return to the leadership of the party?
You know, it's before Maurice Kamto will be calm, and we will organize our Congress to choose him as the leader of our political party. We are reasonable people. We cannot walk in the darkness. We are a party of a light. We don't want to walk or to fulfill our objectives in the darkness. We are not thieves. So there is nothing to hide. If somebody is not okay with the position, he must go and discuss with people. If he's one and other peoples are many, it's a democracy. So as I say, the status of every political party is not set in a time. It must evaluate with the context, with the environment, and with the politics of its time. We cannot continue to be as a political party is 18th centuries. So as an illustration, we hold our Congress online. It's the evolution of our times. So we cannot continue to stay in 18th century when people are evaluating. Not at all.
So what you're saying is that the internal rules and regulations of the CRM was updated for Professor Maurice Kamto to return. Is that?
Why not?
Was it tailored for that?
Not only, he will not be eternal. So we will not every time tailor the statute according to a given person. No, it's for the life of the party, and the party know his how can I call it, his target, and is according to our target that will tailor the status and other rules of our party, not only for Maurice Kamto, not at all.
Alors,
That the opposition, I'm generalizing it now, seem to be doing exactly what it is criticizing the CPDM or the current government. You seem to be doing practically the same thing. When we talk about leadership, for example, we look at the political parties, we see that many of the leaders who are telling the president of the republic to step down, who are telling the president of the republic, no, you need to give way for another leader to take this nation forward, are hanging on one person, the CRM, hanging on Professor Maurice Kamto, as if he is the only one. And from what you have said now, it can be understood that as of now, Professor Maurice Kamto is the only one to lead the party. Are you not doing the same thing that you are criticizing those in power?
Monsieur Babila,
internal rules and regulations of the CRM to bring back Professor Maurice Kamto in the same way as the constitution was changed to maintain President Biya in power, and of course to give him the latitude to be president for life.
It's not the same thing. It's not the same thing. We are a political party, and we have a situation. They have chosen to ban us from election, and we have also to choose our strategy. It's the strategy that will maintain the party in the position to survive, because the aim of the regime is to destroy our party.
We are running,
so we have also to choose. Is a strategy that the CRM has chosen. Is not a way to tailor a path so that Maurice Kamto will be an eternal president in CRM. Not at all. It's not the same thing.
We are running close to the end of this program. I want us to look forward to what is ahead of the CRM political party. We have, for example, municipal and legislative elections that will be coming up next year. What are you looking up to within the CRM?
It's a challenge, and we are preparing for it. Every day our teams are on the ground to sensitize Cameroonians to choose those who will be able to hold on their shoulder the future of our nation. And also at the strategic level, we are always thinking on how our teams in every council must build a good project that will be suitable for every council to rise a local development that is driven by the population. So in 5 years or 10 years, every Cameroonian can see a real change in our life, because Cameroonians are suffering. Is a fact. Is not because we are in opposition that we will say every day that we are not at all. Is a fact that people are suffering in Cameroon. People are dying for nothing, and we want to give a chance to any Cameroonian so that the life that is the gift from the Most High will be considered, and we will have a profit before dying at the old age. But because other peoples are dying because of mismanagement of our country by our leaders.
Looking at the possible challenges that may erupt on the way, notably considering what you call repression from the CPDM-led government, we understand that the CRM political party has been on the ground sensitizing people, Cameroonians and general, and so on. What are you doing? How are you strategizing to overcome the possible challenges that may show up on the way when you start preparing, bringing forth your candidates for the municipal and legislative elections and so on? We know that there are documents that have to go through some administrative authorities at the level of the regions and so on.
Every measure is being taken to avoid that, and we are used to, and we know that we are evaluating in a rogue system. So we also have to adapt our strategy to the roughness of the regime. We are not wasting our time or discussing, telling Cameroonians what is not true, but we are discussing among us on the strategy to implement when the moment will come, and be assured that we are on the ground. You can see yesterday in Douala we held a General Assembly of CIM for Littoral 1. So by the number gathered, by the quality of activities held, you know that the party is active. You know that the party is preparing massively so that for the running legislative and municipals, we will arrive fully prepared, and even mentally, even with financially, with the quality of resources that we will put for every council or every for MPs. So we have to do it, and it's been doing on the ground. So what is strategy and other things, you cannot discuss it as if is just a joke. If not, you are telling to your opponent that if he held, for example, your right feet, you will stumble because the other one is painful.